what's going on everybody? It's your JRPG enthusiast here, Shadow Elite. We are back again with another JRPG news segment. Now guys, I understand I haven't done JRPG news in quite some time, and some of this news is a little bit, a couple of days old, but why not talk about it, because this is what my channel is all about, to inform you guys about the JRPGs that are coming to various consoles, and whatever else there is to know about. I don't know. So let's get started. So in one of the rare instances of news that we get from Final Fantasy VII Remake is that Tetsuya Nomura has confirmed that there will be drastic changes made to the combat system in Final Fantasy VII Remake. He also said that they're not going to be changing it into a shooter or anything like that, but they're bringing dynamic changes, and they want to make sure that the game is still recognizable to, us longtime fans. Now the question is, what does this mean? Is it going to be an action JRPG? Because he's looking at Final Fantasy Advent Children for inspiration. I honestly think it's going to be an action JRPG. It's not going to be the turn-based things we grew up with, and that kind of sucks. But I was looking forward to a turn-based style combat, but you know what, turn-based, it's kind of a thing of the past now, guys, and you can't expect modern JRPGs unless they're going for that old school feeling to have a turn-based combat. I still think it would have worked. I still think it would have been great, but who knows? I don't think they're definitely not going to do a turn-based thing. I just hope they don't do it in the same realm as Final Fantasy 15, because I played the demo of Final Fantasy 15 and I do not like the battle system whatsoever. I mean, okay, I don't totally dislike the battle system. I don't care for it that much. I honestly don't care for it that much. So hopefully when the actual game comes out, it will be good. We got more stuff about Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy Type 0 HD is coming to the PC on August 18th, and it's going to be bringing a lot of improvements. You got improved battle camera, you got motion blur settings, customizable dynamic screenshot mode, upgraded graphics resolution for high-end PCs, increased blood levels, new character speed boost, full controller support, and of course you'll have, Steam achievements and trading cards for Steam. Now to be honest, I played Final Fantasy Type 0, the HD remake that came out a couple of months back, and I gotta say I did enjoy it a lot. However, the camera did get to me a little bit. I made a whole video dedicated to how bad the camera was, and then I made a video about how they updated the camera. So I had a before and after on the camera, and you can really see how bad the camera was. Thank God they fixed it, but I beat the game before they patched the camera. So, the whole change for me came a little bit too late. So I probably will be buying the PC version just so I can see the game at a better resolution. And I'm not sure if it's 100% confirmed, but there are some rumors going around that the game will be locked at 30 frames per second, which if you're on the PC, you should be unlocked. Frame rate should be unlocked, no problem. So if the game does come out and I hear that it's locked at 30 frames per second, I will not be buying, because I play games on my laptop, my PC, to experience 60 frames per second, not to be stuck on the console 30 frames per second. And you guys are probably thinking I'm a 60 frames per second whore. Yeah, I am. Okay, seriously, 30 frames it just pales in comparison to 60 frames. Point blank, end of story. So my PC is more than capable of running Final Fantasy Type 0 HD, so hopefully 60 frames per second is there out the gate, and there's no patches that need to be made for load times or texture problems and stuff like that. Come on, Square Enix, it's not that hard. You can do this right out the gate the first time. And we have more news on Final Fantasy. So the Distant Worlds composer Arnie Roth, he has said that Final Fantasy XII Remake is on the way. Final Fantasy XII is a game that's a really you like it or you hate it type of game, and for me, I hated it at first when it first came out. I remember when it first came out on the PS2 and I played it, I didn't like it. And then after maybe a year or two passed, I came back to play it again. It was one of the best Final Fantasies I ever played. I really do want to play a Final Fantasy XII Remake. It's kind of likely that he meant a remaster, because I can't see them working on so many projects and then having a Final Fantasy XII Remake going on, when you have Final Fantasy VII Remake going on. You got fixing Final Fantasy 15, well, not fixing Final Fantasy 15, but finishing up Final Fantasy 15, Kingdom Hearts 3 and whatnot. So maybe they just meant a remaster instead of a full-blown remake. I would definitely buy it day one if I like what I see in coming trailers and whatnot, but this is huge. I like to see Final Fantasies on current gen consoles, so hopefully this is true and we'll be able to play Final Fantasy 12 in the future. Actually, you know what, guys, let me know in the comment section what you guys thought about Final Fantasy 12. Like I said, I really liked it, but a lot of people really didn't like it. They thought it was a departure from the Final Fantasy series, and I think it was pretty much just the combat that really just screamed MMO style instead of the turn-based combat we were used to back in the day when it first came out. Next up, we have Final Fantasy Explorers is coming to the West in January. Final Fantasy Explorers is like a Monster Hunter-like game, and to be honest, since it has the Final Fantasy VII, style going for it, I might actually give this a shot. I don't like the Monster Hunter franchise itself, but I do like games that are like Monster Hunter, and this one seems to be a pretty cool game. It's got like a chibi style going for the characters, and fighting Final Fantasy monsters, it looks to be pretty fun. So maybe, just maybe, I will play this game when it comes out. It comes out January 26th and January 29th in Europe. So ending this news segment, we have two JRPGs that will be released on the PC in 2015. The first one is Grandia 2 HD Edition, will be coming out sometime in 2015. Now, I remember playing Grandia 2 way back in the day, back when Blockbuster was still around. I rented it for the first time, and I do remember a really good experience, but I never finished it. I had to give the game back, 5 days rental back Blockbuster days and whatnot. But I definitely will be giving the PC version a try. It's going to be having updates to the game's graphics, of course. They'll have Japanese voice acting, controller support, and a new harder difficulty level, which I won't be touching because I don't really care for harder difficulty levels in JRPGs. So definitely we'll be playing this when it first comes out. Maybe it'll be at a very cheap price when it first comes out, maybe $10 or $15. I think the base price will probably be $20. Last piece of news I'm covering for this segment is Fairy Fencer F for the PC will launch on August 4th. Now, I did play Fairy Fencer F on the PS3 when it first came out, and I did have a sort of enjoyable time with it. I'm not really sure. I think that got me down the most about Fairy Fencer F was the graphics and the frame rate, but it being on the PC, hopefully it'll be running at 60 frames per second, and the graphics will be a little bit more up to date, better textures and whatnot. So I think I might be getting it if it comes out. It will be probably $30 base price, and then it will probably be on sale for the first week, probably half price at $15.99 or whatever have you. And guys, that is it for this segment of JRPG news. I talked about Dragon Quest XI in my last video and the new Odin Spear that's heading over to the PS4. If you want to check those videos out, they will be in the description. So guys, let me know, as always, what you guys think of this news. Hit that like button, follow me on Twitter if you feel like it, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.